Hello traders and welcome to the weekly outlook and setups volume 77. It's Iliya here, and as always I'm super glad to have you on my YouTube channel. As you know, in this video we're gonna have a look at the market, how it developed this week, what opportunities did we have, and what we can potentially expect for the upcoming week. I'm gonna show you some of the trades that I took as well, but I was like more or less scalping this week. Because we had some good movements, don't get me wrong, but the market is not trending right now. Especially the majors are kind of stuck within the consolidations. They are making their move either up or down, but it's not entirely clear. And more or less, I'm just looking for key levels in the market. I'm looking for manipulation as well and trying to capitalize on this, because when there is not a clear trend, for example, on the 4-hourly, when we don't have clear lower highs or higher lows, then my strategy kind of starts to lag a little bit, and then I start using a little bit different approach, which is more manipulation trading. And I'm gonna show you a few nuggets in this video. I have something pretty important as well to tell you. I haven't run any sales for Black Friday, but I just saw that the YouTube channel has hit 15k subscribers, guys, and I'm extremely grateful for all of you that are watching those videos, that are finding value, that are commenting, that are subscribing. So I am giving a little bit of a sale of the courses that I have, and if you have been watching my videos, liking the content, and you want to get closer to me, to join my community, to actually learn the strategies that I use, and join our webinars, our live sessions as well, make sure to go to my website, which will be linked down below, and before purchase, use the code BLACK20. I know it's not Friday, so we are celebrating Black Saturday, all right? All right. So make sure the code is BLACK20. It will give you 20% on all of the packages that I have, and it will run up until Monday. So make sure to go to the website, check what I offer. It's very nice. The community are really growing, and we have a lot of new things that are going to be released soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that as well. And yeah, so right now, as well as always, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell in order not to miss the content that is upcoming, because I actually saw that 50% of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So come on guys, please help me out on this one. Hit the subscribe button and let's have some valuable information right now. Alright, as always, starting with the DXY, our good friend the dollar, to have a look how it developed, what we can potentially expect for the dollar, because it builds up a nice story about the other currencies as well, because it consists of all the major currencies, especially the euro, I think around 50% or more. So it kind of builds up a nice story about what we can expect on the other currencies as well. So first of all, I want to bring to your attention this weekly low that is currently getting tapped, and as you can see, the overall trend is to the downside. So there was actually no reason to be going long on the dollar. So as you can see, I think I called this low as well, that it had to get broken before the market reverses. And as you can see, overall downtrend, the market opened right here 23rd of November, wicked to the downside and then wicked to the upside, and you're gonna see on the 4-hourly time frame what actually happened. And then we started to slowly make our way to the downside. We actually broke that level, we came back for a retest, then we consolidated, and right now we are just tapping that low. Okay, so don't rush yet to buy. So what we saw this week, it was actually pretty interesting. So the market opened right here, stop hunt below this low. So all the people that rush on Monday, and this is why I don't advise trading on Mondays, break below, sell stops below this level, people starting to short, and then what you have, a strong move to the upside. Where did it go? Just above this little high right here, to take out the stop losses that for people that were short. And then the market was trapped within that range, and then we just started to decline, slowly. Then we broke that level, we created a little bit of a pullback into the EMA, lovely. We created then a lower low, beautiful. Lower high formation again at the EMA, and then we just continued to make lower lows. So this week the dollar was perfectly bearish to the downside, and there is no need to actually drop to break down the hourly time frame, because I use the DXY just for my bias. And as you can see, it was beautifully acting from supply and demand. They were creating those beautiful lower high formations, providing an entry actually, and just flushing to the downside. So overall bearish dollar. As for next week, after we have developed in a bearish manner this week, as always guys, make sure to mark your major lower highs or higher lows, because this is your major structure right here. As long as the market remains below this level, as you can see, we remain below this one and we remain below this one. So the market is perfectly trading to the downside. As long as we remain below, we keep shorting. My longing opportunity will be if we break that level, come back for a retest, and then create a new uptrend. And I am not calling longs yet, because if you have a look on the weekly time frame, like the market can come all the way down around these areas right here. So we still have a lot of space to the downside to keep shorting the dollar. So I'm pretty curious to see how it's going to develop. And as long as the market trades to the downside and does not break full hourly and daily structure. So as you can see, the daily structure actually is above, and your highest probability will be a break of daily structure. But first of all, you will see the signs on the lower time frames like the full hourly or the hourly. So my bias for the week ahead on the DXY is bearish. First of all, I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback for potential lower high formation to form around those areas, and potentially then I'm gonna be looking for shorts. And as long as the market remains below that area, I will short it. As always, stay tuned for the Tuesday analysis on Telegram, where I'm gonna update you on how the market is opening and what we can potentially expect. Euro USD, perfect opposite correlation to the DXY, and as you can see, we have a beautiful bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame. So probably I'm calling 1.21 on Euro. Why? Because as you can see right here, we have a very major level that hasn't been retested. This one, which is a 21,500, and then again, this is a range like between 21,500 and 21. So definitely the market can climb up into those levels and even actually a little bit above at 22. So I'm pretty curious to see what's going to happen, but this is from a weekly time frame. So I have those higher time frame targets, and then I just look for intraday trades. This is my style. So daily time frame, what do we have? The market faked below previous week, broke above, higher low formation, push up, kind of a double top, pull back. This is a higher low still because the market hasn't broken daily structure. We are trading up, so there is no reason for us to be looking for shorts, if not scalping the markets, okay? And then as you can see, 24th bullish, little bit of an indecision, and Friday ended up very nice to the upside. So on the 4 hourly time frame, what was crucial for this week to spot was this bearish candle right here. So this is 23rd. I think this is, this is Monday actually. So what the market did is it nicely faked below this area right here to gather all the liquidity. So for people that were buying from here, everybody was stopped out. The market rebounded from that area, came back to a little bit of a retest, which was an entry right here around this area. Then we kept climbing to the upside, and the market pulled back for another higher low formation, and this was the second opportunity to enter. I had a few scalps on Euro USD, so I have to drop to the lower time frames in order to identify them. But as you can see, huge drop to the downside, the market pulling back. So actually this was a quick short right here during London session, because the market tapped into a major supply and demand area. Why? Have a look. The market taps into that area and massively reverses to the downside. So you expect the market to return to that area and to give you some sort of a reaction. And if you go to the 15-minute time frame, have a look. So this is London Open. The market drives into that area, manipulates above, break retest. I'm gonna give you a little tip right here. Even if you don't get at the top, you can always go on the lower time frames and have a look. Break retest, beautiful EMA tap, and we go to our take profit and of value. From here, we have a lot of stuff lying behind this one. Then once the market taps right here, you can reverse your bias. So you go short, but you know that you're overall long. And then the market, what it does during New York session, taps into that area and starts to beautifully reverse to the upside. Then the next opportunity that we took was from right here. This was actually when the higher low was formed and the market simply broke structure, retested. The long was taken from right here. And we had a member actually holding that trade. I closed it because as you can see, it got like 21 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock. This is New York close. But at the end of the day, it went very massively to the upside, actually fulfilling the target to perfection. So this was a huge R&R trade taken from here to here. I'm not gonna draw the two to not waste time, but go to your charts, have a look how you could have entered from this flowery higher low. It was beautiful. And this is basically the two opportunities that I spotted on EU. The first of all was a reversal that I took with take profit right here. I did not go long because I was kind of, oh man, okay, so I'm gonna wait for something more, but the market just rebounded from this one, went for a little bit of a retest of structure, which is right here. And I just didn't want to take a long from right here because you see it was getting 6 o'clock. This is London has closed already. already, so I didn't want to hold the trade overnight. All right, so this is EU. Let me actually go back to analyze what we can expect for the upcoming week. All right, zoom in a little bit on the hourly time frame. Where is your major higher low? Immediately right here, we have minor structure just right here at those wicks. And as you can see, if I just do this line like this, we have resistance, 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 break, retest. So we have another opportunity just right here. And if you drop to the hourly time frame, you have a push, pullback, a lot of wicks. So if you go to the 15-minute time frame, for sure you will have an entry. Right now, guys, the market is exploding to the upside, creating a higher high. I don't buy that high. If I do something, I will sell, but I don't do this either very often. So what I'm looking for is for the market to pull back. A potential retest area is this one right here, this candle around 19,300 or even 300. So waiting for EU to pull back for a higher low formation and then looking to go long. Euro JPY, another beautiful pair for this week. So as you can see, the weekly time frame is perfectly trading to the upside, and although we had that complex correction, I think right now we're starting to rebound and potentially are going to create some nice higher highs. And as you can see, guys, we are tapping into very strong supply and demand areas on the weekly time frame, very quick reaction, and then we start going up. Then building that picture even from a daily time frame. So what the market did right here is it broke that structure to introduce sellers when it actually tapped into that weekly area, and then we had this strong rebound to the upside. Then we use that same knowledge from the weekly time frame to try to find our support and resistance levels from the daily time frame. And as you can see, the market beautifully tapped into that daily liquidity pool right here and strongly rebounded to the upside. Actually on Monday, yeah, it was exactly on Monday, so it was like you should have gone long even from the beginning of the week. Strong move up, strong move up, strong move up. 3 days of bullish price action. Then we had a little bit of a pullback, and there was a short opportunity right here, I believe. And then on Friday was the most beautiful long opportunity, but I really regret because it was like Friday and the market was looking overall consolidative. Why are my levels deleting? All right, that's strange. So let me show you guys how the market developed. As you can see, straight from here, a huge move up. One little stop around these areas, which created a nice supply and demand area. Actually, if you have a look, this is where the market tapped in reverse. Beautiful. So what do we have right here? This was the region that we were looking for longs actually, because as you can see, the market created a little bit of a higher low, created a higher high, and came back to the downside to retest. But on the 15 minutes, something was wrong on this one. Yeah, so have a look. We had that strong move to the upside, and then the market was pulling back. So I think some of the people of my community took a long from right here, stop loss always below structure, and then we went for a take profit, but the take profit wasn't fulfilled. I think this was wrong because if you have a look at my video on how we calculate take profits, usually the first TP is right here. The market came very close to it right here, and then it started to melt to the downside, but this was because the market just reached the highs. Like it was way too high and it couldn't trade higher anymore. And then we had that strong rebound to the downside. Almost came to tap that level to perfection, but there were still a few pips. And then what do we have, guys, is a broken market structure right here. And then the market pulled back actually, created a few candles right here of consolidation. And if I drop on the 15-minute time frame, you have your short right here. Have a look. Tap, tap, tap of the EMA, consolidation, break, retest. So you can actually enter right here with a short, but have a look, 1 o'clock. So this was an Asian trade, but Euro JPY works beautifully during Asia. And then we go again into that level. We rebound. We came for a double top. We rebound strongly, actually breaking the structure right here. And then the market comes all the way down to retest this liquidity pool and just explodes to the upside. I was looking at that opportunity. I wanted to go long, but I didn't, which I really regret. But again, I'm very transparent, so why should I say that I went long? But it was just beautiful. So everything is pointing to the upside on Euro JPY. Major higher low from a 4-hourly time frame right here, beautifully formed. Right now we are exploding to the upside. There is minor structure that is broken right here. What I will be waiting for is for a retest. The EMA is perfectly just sitting to be supported right here from that level. So what I'm looking for is for the market to pull back into some sort of level of support and resistance or supply and demand, and then I'm gonna look to take it to the upside. So again, stay tuned for Tuesday to have a look how Monday developed, and then we start striking. I'm just gonna briefly speak about Euro Aussie because it's been ridiculous for 3 weeks already, and what I think is happening is the market is trying to break some sort of major structures on the bottom, because in order for this market to reverse up, it has to gather liquidity. A lot of people are buying from these areas, their stop losses are below, so I would really expect something like this to happen on this pair, but it's still too early. And as you can see, if we go to the daily time frame, this is the current range that we're trading at. It's just a consolidation. We came to break the lows. No, we actually haven't broken them, so I'm really expecting some sort of a run below the lows. And then on the 4-hourly time frame, guys, what you can see is just like a push pullback. This was a short opportunity right here, but like more or less we were kind of looking for longs, but like the trend line was broken, what I can see, and retested. So this was a short opportunity, and then the market just started to range. So all of your price action is this one, and if you go on the hourly time frame, it's just yeah, when I see a market like this, I'm just no, skip. So I don't want to drop any expectations on Euro Aussie. I am just waiting for something to happen, guys. Make sure to mark your major lower highs and higher lows and wait for a clear break, clear retest, and then a possible continuation. Again, a little tip from me, don't just go on the breakout, wait for the market to come above, to stay a little bit above, to pull back, and then to potentially continue. All right, so Euro Aussie, not a very nice pair to be traded right now, so let's have a look at something else. All right, let's have a look at the Aussies. Aussie USD, I did not resonate with this pair this week. Like it wasn't moving too nice, but as you can see, we have a strong bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame, and potentially we are going to create a higher high, probably into 0.75 round number. You can always go on the left and find key areas, for example, like this, because this is where a lot of liquidity was introduced, and potentially the market is going here. And around these areas, the market was rather consolidative, so nothing too much. But this could be a nice higher time frame target, which actually reaches around 76. So this is a huge move actually, so we're planning way too ahead, which I usually don't do. All right, so daily time frame, have a look. So the market opened right here with a consolidation, strong move to the upside, and then consolidated for 2 days. And on Friday we ended up pushing a little bit to the upside. Then on the 4-hourly time frame, this was the structure, and I didn't love trading this one. So this one did not break any lows on this Monday push. Then we broke higher, and then it started to create bullish structure. But once you drop to the hourly time frame, just have a look at this. I don't like it, and actually AJ was much better, but I did not take any trades. So the market was referring to this little area, because from here the market exploded, fulfilled the range, tried to push up, down, push up, down, push up, consolidation. So I don't want to trade this, and actually didn't provide me with any of my rules, even in terms of manipulation. This was the only one, but it was like rather risky. But nothing for this pair. Then we consolidated for quite some time, actually for 2 days. Then the market broke above, but this is actually Aussie USD. And if I just delete everything and try to focus on what could potentially happen right now, well, this is your major higher low right here. The market tapped, rebounded. We have minor structure, very minor structure right here on the hourly time frame, push pullback. So this could have been a long opportunity right here. The market just created a higher high and is currently pulling back. So be careful, guys, with this one. It's not entirely clear, and it's getting a little bit higher. So possibly we can start to see some sort of a reversals. But first of all, wait for a clear break of a higher low formation. For example, this one, this is not clear. As I told you, the market just broke and reversed. What you want to see, I told you on the previous pair, what you want to see is the market to stay above, to pull back, and then continue. All right, so we look for something like this for a reversal. No reversals yet. Keep longing that pair, just looking for a little bit more of a clear price action. And on AJ, actually, again, so we did not have too much of a strong candle right here, probably because UJ was flushing to the downside, but probably we're gonna break above those highs to create a new higher high. On the daily time frame, beautiful rebound from this supply and demand area right here. As you can see, tap, quick reverse, very similar to EJ. 4-hourly time frame, let's see, why are my rectangles disappearing? Oh man, I'm gonna have a look at this one. And as you can see, we found one on the daily, and there was one level that I've been calling for a few volumes, which was this one that got tapped right here on the 20th of November. And then from there we started to rebound very nicely, a nice move to the upside. And then actually from here there was another area to refer to, this indecision candle that the market tapped into, tried to reverse, tapped into, and again trying to reverse. So right now basically we are stuck in this range. Then dropping to the hourly time frame, there was something on this pair, I think, but I did not take any pairs. As you can see, we dropped to that level, we pushed, then we came all the way back down again into that level. And I think the opportunity was actually right here, because we had a clear push, a clear pullback. Let me see the 15-minute. Yeah, it was rather tricky. So I was looking at this one, but it was rather like choppy. So have a look at the overall price action, guys. Like, have a look at all of that consolidation, have a look at that manipulation below, this explosion. It was just a not tradable pair for me, both the Aussies. So again, what I'm looking for in this one, as we have formed right now a clear level, which is right here, and we have a clear level on top. So basically, what is this market doing? It's consolidating. What are we waiting for? A clear break in the retest. All right. Overall, it's moving to the upside. So any return back to support could be a long opportunity, but make sure to wait for clear signs for longs. All right. So those are the Aussies. Nothing pretty much. Let's have a look at the NZDs. Let's have a look right now at the NZDs, although I did not take any pair on the NZDs because basically right now I'm just practicing on 5 pairs, something that I really want to master. But as you can see, the market is right now like driving somewhere, and always zoom out a little bit. Where is the market going? Like the first level that I referred to was this one, this little candle, because this one started a huge move to the downside. But then we have a few other levels to refer to. Exactly this one, which is 71,500, and then potentially the market can even go around those areas right here, these areas around 73 and 74. So this is really long term because we have 400 pips from this, and the market will not just drive there, just continue push. It will pull back a little bit, push, pull back a little bit, push, and then we potentially can have the reversal. Okay, so make sure to keep that in mind. 71 and 71,500 are the first levels that we're gonna see a rebound from. But right now, as you can see, this market is like just skyrocketing without a stop. So the market opened, we had that spike again, bullish, bullish, consolidation, bullish. So nothing to actually refer on the daily. The only clear structure that I see is this one for a higher low formation, and then dropping to the hourly. Oh man, I keep forgetting to to make that rectangle work out. So again, we had this same push on Monday for a liquidity grab, but we didn't break the higher lows. We broke above and we came back for a retest. So potentially first long opportunity around those areas. And as you can see, the market came back to retest later and exploded. And then again, another very clear higher low, which was exactly right here. So dropping to the hourly time frame, like have a look. So we have this strong move down, then we have a rebound and the market pushes down. So potentially you can have a look for a long on the second push. You have a push, pullback, retest, break, another retest. So possibly a long opportunity right here. I did not take this one. I wasn't looking at that market by that time. Then I was looking at this 4-hourly higher low. But just have a look, guys. This is just ridiculous. I don't want to buy into this consolidation. Have a look at the volume of those candles right here. And then you have a move up. Then you have a huge move down. Then you have a move up. And it's just not worth it. It wasn't for me. Then we have a push, pullback. All right, we can potentially go up, but yeah, I just didn't like how the Aussies and the NZDs were developing. But overall, it moved to the upside at the end of the day, so that was nice to know. All right, so right now, 4-hourly higher low formation. The market is currently in a pullback phase. So all I'm looking for right now is for a creation of a higher low formation, and then we can potentially go up into those key areas, which again disappeared. Oh man, why do you do this? All right, so this is NZD/USD looking for longs, and just quickly covering NZD/JPY because those pairs are more or less the same. This one is driving to the highs as matte. Daily time frame, the market opens, huge explosions to the upside, and right now consolidating a little bit of the top. Pay attention to the daily time frame because it can return all the way back down to this level. So make sure to know this. And even if you refine this one, it can return all the way down into this kind of big zone right here. The market is currently creating higher lows. Here's your higher low. Here is your another one, and you can definitely be looking for longs right here. This one was not that high probability, but after breaking a retest and EMA tap, which is the most significant thing, you can look for it. It manipulated below, broke, retested. So definitely there could have been some longs. But as you can see again, guys, have a look at that whole consolidation again, explosion, manipulation below to grab liquidity, and then we explode. So this could have been a nice just sniper entry from the bottom right here. But again, I'm still practicing to do those things. And on the 4-hourly time frame right now, we have our major higher low. The market failed to break higher. First signs of a potential reversal. So on the NZDs, we can have a little bit of a reversal and potentially a drive into that daily level. So let's have a look. No opportunities right now. Stay tuned for the Tuesday analysis, and I am curious to see how these markets are gonna develop for the week ahead and actually for the month ahead. All right, let's have a look at some USDs, starting from USD/JPY. What we can see on the weekly time frame is that this is an inside bar formation, so not much liquidity was introduced this week. The trend on the weekly time frame is perfectly to the downside, but we have something cooking on the daily. So what you can see right here, I'm not sure if I showed you on the previous volume, we had this very strong supply and demand area right here. The market just stopped right here, strong reversal, and usually the market will seek that for the fulfillment of this huge push because the market does not like empty spaces. We tapped into this area and we rebounded very quickly. And what was my mistake actually was that the market was seeking this new level that was created right here. And again, another strong rebound, and the market just fulfilled it to the pip on Friday. What I did on this one, let me show you guys, was pretty funny. So I identified this as being a higher low formation, and I was seeing the market tap into those levels and actually went long right there, and it was a pretty nice sniper entry. So I got in right here when the market manipulated, showed some break, and then I entered right here. So I have to check my MT4, but yeah, I should have done before I started. But as you can see, I had my stop loss like this, way below this area, because I was expecting like another push to the downside. And I was very pumped to see this like react, and I was like, oh man, I got the reversal. Then I had this strong move to the downside as a nice drawdown. I was like, okay, let's breathe. The market rebounded, then started to consolidate, then rebounded again, then consolidated. And this was like to at 10 o'clock. This is when I go to bed usually, and I'm like, no bro, I'm gonna close this pair, I don't like it. And like the next morning I'm waking up and I'm like, if this is a profit right now, I'm gonna cry. But I was very relieved to see the market just flush to the downside. It was pretty funny. What I did later is actually, so the market tapped into that area. So this was the beautiful long opportunity. But what I did, I was like, yo, have a look at that beautiful push to the downside and this pullback right here. I'm gonna go short. And I actually went short from exactly this area, because this is another area that I'm currently practicing, identifying those supply and demand areas, because it brings a great edge to my continuation, knowing actually when the market is going to reverse. So I took a nice long action on the 5 minute right here, because there was a little bit of such an area supply and demand on the 5 minute. I took a short right here, righted it to the downside, broke structure, went break even, and got stopped out of break even. But actually what I should have done is looking for longs around those areas, because the market tapped into that area right here, the supply and demand from the daily. So I got a little bit missed on that one, and what I did is I ended up with 2 break-even trades. Good job, Iliya, but it is what it is. So right now, guys, as you can see, the 4-hourly time frame is still trading to the downside. So I really need to see this level get broken, because as you can see, the EMA is still pointing to the downside. But we retested, we came back for a retest, we came back for a second retest of those levels right here. So right now I'm looking for the rebound to the upside. Again, if the DXY is bearish, this one will struggle to push up, but I'm kind of looking more to the upside. So what I want to see at the beginning of the week is a clear break, retest, and then a continuation to the upside. All right, so let's see how this one is going to develop. We might have another run to the downside, even to further fulfill that range. So I am open for it, but let's wait and see. But I'm having an overall bullish outlook on USD/JPY. USD CAD weekly time frame, this pair was not pretty nice this week. So as you can see, we have a nice push to the downside on the weekly time frame. So overall, everything is pointing to the downside. On the daily time frame as well, we had this brief break above, but then the market made a lower low, came back for a retest to create a beautiful lower high around these areas, and then we continued to climb to the downside. We created a little bit of a minor structure on the daily right here, strong push down, a little bit of a pullback, and right now we're trying to make our move to the downside. But then, guys, dropping to the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, we had the daily lower high formation, perfect short, but then we have this. I don't want to trade in between this, and then on the hourly time frame is just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Not nice. Not nice for me. So right now, like, I didn't take anything on this one. What I'm currently looking at is this little area, because this is another supply and demand area that is currently tested, but it just cannot rebound from it, and it keeps pushing to the downside. So if I am to go long, I am looking for a clear break of the lower high formation. And actually this was not a bad short right here, but I think it was Asian. Yeah, exactly, it was Asian trade, and we had that push. We had a little bit of a rebound during London, so this is your only opportunity to enter short. But this was already Friday, so I don't trade usually on Fridays. But this is USD CAD, guys. Nothing much. We have our major lower high formation, we have our supply and demand area. So I'm just looking for something to happen. It's getting a little bit too low, so I'm curious if this is going to continue further to push to the downside. But potentially, as long as the market stays below this one and it keeps creating lower highs and lower lows, we have to keep shorting that market. All right, so USD CAD, not very clear, waiting for something clearer. And again, make sure to stay tuned for the Tuesday analysis. USD Swiss franc as well, not a pair that I love right now. So we're having that indecision the previous week, EMA pointing down. We have a nice bearish candle to the downside on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, what do we have? So again, the market opened, huge wicks, up down, consolidation again, up down, another spike to the upside, and a strong bearish engulfing candle. Then we had a little bit of a pullback, potential shorts, continuation, pullback, continuation. So if you remember from some volumes ago, I called this level right here that it's gonna get tapped. It got tapped actually even on the 4-hourly time frame. Have a look at this indecision candle. This is the supply and demand area. But right now, what I think is, looking at this bearish outlook of the market, it can definitely come and retest those very strong supply and demand areas, and namely 0.90. So I definitely think the market is going to come back right here and rebound, because we have the bearish dollar and the dollar still has some space to go to the downside. This one will continue to potentially drop. And as long as I said, as long as the market is creating lower highs or higher lows, we keep shorting. Okay. So this was the Monday price action. Chop, 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 break, pullback, short opportunity right here. I did not take any trades on this one, just to tell you. On the 15 minutes, we actually had a member take a beautiful short from right here. Exactly. Yes, I remember right now. Have a look. We have that double tap. The market fails to break, creates a lower high formation, and it's starting to step to the downside. Okay. And then we had a break and a retest. So the trade was taken from right here, and he actually righted it to the downside right here. Take profit was fulfilled if we measure the extension. And then we had this strong move to the upside, but this was not pretty clear, because once the market broke structure, all you had was that little wick to catch a trade. And as you can see, my little secret is lying right here, but I'm not sharing this one. Okay, make sure to use the code and join the community for this one. All right, so right now, as I said, we are perfectly trading to the downside, and all of that levels can be deleted right now and just keep the most recent one, which is right here. I'm gonna drop it with a line, because a rectangle with all of those wicks gets a little bit bigger. Any pullback to the upside can be a short into that area, and once we get into that area, then we have to wait for the market to accumulate a little bit and reverse, because rarely does the market like tap in the level and reverse like this. It probably sees some sort of a consolidation like this, but if there are a lot of people buying from here, a lot of institutions buying, then we're possibly gonna see the rebound. So waiting for that level, keep it on your charts, and let's see what do we have. Let's have a look at the GBP, starting as always from GBP USD, a lovely pair to be traded with manipulation this week. Me and my friend Devet, we striked a lot on this pair, so let me give you some tips right here. So as you can see, the market is overall to the upside on this one. We have a major level right here that will possibly get fulfilled during the next week. Dropping to the daily time frame, what do we have? The market creating a push, pullback, higher low formation, and then we like the overall bias was up. But if you have a look at the last 5 days, this is your range. This is your last 5 days, this range. And then dropping to the hourly time frame, have a look what you are trading this week into. This price action right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is it. This is your price action for this week. But again, if you understand what the market is doing, it was actually pretty nice to spot those manipulations. So let me give you a few insights. So first of all, the market tapped into that area and created a strong reversal. This immediately turns into a nice, very nice supply and demand area that you can just draw into and try to sell from. What the market does right here on it was London Open. Have a look, London Open, strong move into the highs, tap into that area to the pip, like to the pip. And even if you don't get at the highs, because I usually don't get at the highs, I'm still learning to do, because you see the market push up and you're kind of, oh, is that the high? Is that the high? Even if you don't catch the high, little tip, not gonna share much of it. Have a look, break, retest, EMA tap, reverse, huge R&R, huge on this one. What we have later is the market tapping again into some sort of supply and demand from the bottom, rebounding very quickly, break, retest. Can you take a long from right here? Absolutely you can, but this was the end of the day already. So what do you have later again? You have the market started to consolidate. This is all you want to see. What do you seek for? You seek for a level that the market can potentially rebound from. Where was the liquidity introduced? Exactly from right here. Strong move, and the market will seek those levels. And this was a trade taken by Devet as well. Strong move into the lows, sniper entry right here, right it into the highs, above the highs. Beautiful. And then actually what the market does is it taps into that hourly level. But knowing that the market is overall consolidating, you can take it to the lows as well. Where can you take it to? Where the move started. Exactly right here. Then what you do, the market taps into it, bearish engulfing candle. Again, another little tip. I'm sharing a little bit too much right here. Go to the 5-minute, guys, and you will always see your beautiful entry, and just ride it to the downside with a huge, huge, huge R&R. It's just ridiculous. Then what I did was I saw that consolidation, and I was expecting the market to flush in around those levels right here. So what I did, I took a short exactly from right here. I should be bringing my MT4 entries actually on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for sure in my next video, just so you see that that we're taking those trades. So what I saw that the market was breaking, but this was a very quick scalp. So as you can see, the market broke to the downside on the 5 minute, came back to retest an area like this. I entered exactly from right here, and what I did is I rode it exactly into that area. My stop loss was super tight. No, it was above this area, it was 8 pips. So I managed to bank 3.5 R&R on this one, and I exited the trade. Why? Because I was expecting, like, this market is up, it should rebound to the upside, but it rebounded a little bit and ended up reversing to the downside. So I took my profits. Actually, my friend tried to long it from right here and failed because we thought that it's going to reverse. But then the market tapped into the lows right here, rebounded again, ended up consolidating right here, tapped into that area again, and then reversed again, and then rebounded to the upside again. And yeah, we were looking for some trades right here, but it was Friday and we were just monitoring the market and nothing was like too clear. So beautiful, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful trades to capitalize on GU in a consolidating market. It was just ridiculous, all right? So deleting everything, I hope you got your value from this one. What I'm looking for, again, if the market still remains in that consolidation, I will keep trading like this, but eventually I'm looking for a breakout and for a clear direction. So your major structure, this pair works amazingly with supply and demand, guys. So make sure to do your homework, study a little bit. Where does the market respect those levels? How are those levels actually drawn? How are they introduced into the market? Have a look. So currently tap, 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 tap. We are sitting at a strong support and resistance levels. I'm looking for some sort of an introduction of pressure in order to start taking trades. So again, I will let Monday to play out on GU and see where it can potentially go. GJ, daily time frame, strong move into the highs. I was expecting a little bit more of a rebound to the downside, but the market pulled back into that wick, rebounded from its strong bullishness, and right now introducing a little bit of a pullback. So potentially before this market reverses, it's gonna come to retest this major area, something like this. As you can see, currently we are in that pullback stage. This one on the 4-hourly time frame was again consolidating on the top right here, so I did not trade GJ this week. Again, as you can see, spike above, spike below, spike above, spike below, shorts right here, potentially break, retest shorts. This was actually a short that we were looking from right here. If you draw that level, the move starts from here, coming back for a retest, strong move down, coming back for another retest again at a 50-minute level this time, right here, and then again reverses, but no trades were taken on GJ. So as I just mentioned on the hard time frames, I'm looking for this level to get fulfilled first before reversing up. So probably GU is gonna push a little bit lower. Major structure on this one, major lower high right here, beautifully seen, lower low formation right now. So if the market starts with a move to the upside, be careful because you might have a short opportunity around these areas right here to ride it into the lows, into that daily area. As you can see, this is a huge level. This is a huge area, so the market can go as deep as the lows right here. So make sure to be careful. If you are to take any longs, make sure to wait for a structure shift for a lower high to be broken. Right, broken higher, lower high, and then we go for a continuation. Why I just deleted this one? Yeah, I hope you get the point. GA, a pair that I did not trade this week. Yeah, as you can see, the price action is ridiculous right here. So we started right here, strong move up, strong move down, consolidation, break, retest, potential short right here, but it wasn't really clear. Right now in hindsight, it's clear, but if I do this, I didn't want to take a short from right here because like it looks like, okay, we have those wicks, we have this support on the left. I just didn't like taking longs from right here. But if you have a look where the move originated from, this candle right here, you're gonna see that the market ended up tapping that level. Come on, bro. And actually even breaking below. So this pair is overall trading to the downside. Where is your major lower high? Exactly right here. And a beautiful respect of the EMA. And if I go to the hourly time frame, you actually have a beautiful push and a pullback. But overall, like even on the 15-minute, it was rather consolidative. And when it broke, your only entry opportunity is right here, which kind of got a little bit too far away from the initial point where it reversed from. And so if you enter right here, you possibly want your stop loss to be somewhere around those levels, which doesn't make sense to enter from there. And yeah, right now, as I said, the market is trading to the downside. Beautiful lower low is getting created. So I'm just looking for that pair for a little bit of a pullback and then potentially for a reversal down. But yeah, just letting this some time, not gonna drop any analysis because if you have a look, we're overall trading in a consolidation, so nothing too much to be looking at. Euro GBP, I am not liking this pair, guys. I don't know why. I just don't like trading this pair. But as you can see, we rebounded strongly from the downside. On the 4-hourly time frame, this was consolidating. Like we opened right here, push down, push up, like break, retest, break. It wasn't even a break retest. This is your price action before the reversal up. So how do you know like the levels right here? I don't like it. And then all of a sudden on Friday, we created a push pullback and another strong move to the upside. So I just don't resonate with this one, and I will just completely remove it from my watch list. Let me know, guys, if you trade Euro GBP, is it only me that doesn't like this pair much? Because it's a combination of Euro and GBP, and Euro USD and GBP USD are usually positively correlated, and this one always has that clash of those two pairs, so it doesn't make too much sense. But in terms of price action, we had the low, the market broke the major high, lower high as well, and the minor lower high right here as well, break, retest, and we can definitely expect a continuation. So those are the GBPs. I really hope you got value, especially from GU, because it was my most traded pair this week. And let's have a look at some other instruments right now. Let's have a look at gold. So I keep this analysis because I don't intraday trade gold. I am more like swing trading it and actually buying the underlying asset, either in the form of ETFs or just a gold company, gold mining company, or actually buying some physical gold. And right now the market is nicely pulling back. We broke the daily level very nicely. The market consolidated, so all the people were long right here, guys, everyone. So have a look, nice push to the downside, consolidation. But what I told my team is wait for a break first. Don't catch a falling knife. And then the market created another move, very nice move to the downside. So right now, guys, my hard time frame targets are 70.50. So if the market taps 70.50, I'm starting to buy gold, but not in like CFD, but I'm gonna buy some stocks and potentially some, I don't like physical gold, but potentially gonna buy ETFs because they're much cheaper and like well diversified. So make sure to be careful when the market comes in around those levels right here, because there could possibly be a reaction. The market is currently driving into those areas, so the daily is no longer relevant right now. We broke below, so you can actually be taking shorts on the way down. The market created the lower high formation right here, beautiful EMA reaction. Right now we're starting a little bit of a pullback. So if the market creates a little bit of a pullback around these areas right here, you can definitely look for shorts into the lows. But again, be careful with intraday trading gold. I personally don't like it much because it's pretty volatile and it doesn't work well with my strategies. Just again, if you look forward to joining my community, gold is usually very volatile, and not that it doesn't work, but you just have to be slightly bit aggressive with it. All right, being extremely honest here, but looking for that level to get fulfilled and then potentially to take it to the upside. So let's see what do we have on gold. And finally, wrapping up the video with a little outlook on the most important indices, starting with US 30. As you can see, we had a bullish week to the upside. The price action was respected very nicely. As you can see on the daily time frame, the market tapped into those levels, broke the levels, came back for a beautiful higher low formation, and even on Monday we started exploding up. Tuesday explosion up, and then right now we have a little bit of a rebound from those areas, creating a little bit of a minor daily higher low formation, so dropping to the 4-hourly time frame. As you can see, beautiful tap into a supply and demand area, quick reaction right here. Those levels are no longer relevant, so right now I'm focusing on seeing if this level will hold as a higher low formation or if the market is gonna create a deeper pullback around right here. So again, be careful with trading those ones, guys. Very volatile. Make sure to know what you're doing. Make sure to use very strict risk management. Right now I see that we have a little area that is fading to get broken, so on any break above and any pullback can be a long opportunity. But again, the market can create a little bit of a bigger pullback because currently we just have the 38.2 and it can come all the way back down to the 61.8 and even 78.6 pockets. All right, and I have a little bit in between like for the deeper pullbacks, right? So this is US 30 overall long bias. Nasdaq, nice support which is no longer relevant. Nice resistance that got broken and retested. Beautiful long opportunity right here. Break, another retest of a nice level right here, and another long opportunity. So this one actually played out very nicely. Right now we are at the highs. We're creating a higher high. So again, guys, as always, what is the structure? High, higher low, higher high. What are we waiting for higher low? EMA is perfectly pointing to the upside, being respecting along the way. So any pullback to the downside can be a nice buy, preferably even a little bit of a deeper pullback, because this one works with deeper pullbacks sometimes if it's not very impulsive. So let's see, looking for longs on Nasdaq as well, just looking for a higher low formation, and who knows, we might potentially come to break the highs. and S&P, which is the most important for me personally because I am buying this one on a regular basis. I was looking for a little bit of a drop from these areas, but the market just consolidated and started to break higher, pull back, try to break higher, pull back, and right now we are consolidating around that range. The level that is holding price is this one. And it isn't tapped at all. So if the market decides to push into those areas to actually break those little support level right here, this can definitely be a nice long opportunity. So have a look, double bottom, the market will potentially run below and tap into this nice supply and demand area, which you can refine like this. So like I'm looking for, let's say 3610. 3610 could be a nice buy for S&P 500, so looking for that to get a little bit lower, a nice pullback as well. Don't get me wrong, it can pull back a little bit deeper because this is your leg and this is just the 50%. It can usually pull back a little bit deeper, so I'm looking for it. This month is over, so I'm gonna be buying next month some stocks as well, so looking forward to have a little bit of a pullback in order to buy long and don't suffer much of a drawdown. All right guys, so this is for this week. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, make sure to leave me a comment and make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot to me and keeps me pushing forward. I promise to post more educational content and actually trade breakdowns, but I'm really focused right now on really refining my craft, and I'm gonna spend December just getting myself psychologically right for 2021 as well, because I have like very nice plans as well. So again guys, thank you so much for staying up until now. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to see you on my next video. Make sure to check the website to join the community because it's really lovely. The call will stay up until Monday. And yeah, wishing you all the best. Stay tuned for the Tuesday analysis and have a very relaxing weekend.